From that angle, you can say SAPA is like from that angle, but what's trending right now is when you're broke. Like a church rat is actually richer than you, like broke. So that's what SAPA is. When you say, God, I'm suffering from SAPA, it's a very painful reality. So some people, they're really suffering and they just use the word SAPA, just to make fun, make light of it. So that's basically what SAPA is all about. Yeah.
Constant state of SAPA. You don't have money constantly. You are constantly in SAPA. It will get to a point that everybody will know you. This one, once he's coming to beg.
I also think it's because of the economy. So it's becoming more vivid to everybody. So now I don't need to get shy saying, oh, I'm broke right now, because we're all sharing the brokenness. So it's a form of unity. In quotes. So one, be happy with whatever situation you're in. Two, know that this situation is just a phase. It's going to wear out at a point. Always save for the raining days. We always say these things, but we don't really do it. Always save for the raining days. Then the fourth thing I would say is that have a companion. SAPA is real. Don't let depression eat you. Like, have someone that you can talk to. Have an accountability partner, so that when you are broke, right, you don't start thinking. That's why some people just jump into the lagoon. So yeah, have a companion. And then the last advice I'll give is always talk about it. Like in Nigeria, no matter how difficult things are, we always laugh about it. We laugh about SAPA. Our friends, you can have a friend today. You don't know this guy is going to jam tomorrow, and you just laugh about it. So in everything, just be happy. Find joy in everything.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Lost Lagosians, a podcast covering topics about Lagosians, Nigerians, and Africans in diaspora, as well as trending topics and challenges facing Africans living inside and outside of Africa. I'm your host, Brother Mike. Thank you guys for all your love and just for following us on our podcast here at Lost Lagosians. We've been on a bit of a break here, just kind of with the holidays coming around the corner, getting ready for the holiday season. We hope you guys are having a good holiday planning. I'm talking about Christmas and New Year here, but just, making sure you guys are good, you're well, you're safe, and also that you're taking good care of yourself. Today we have a couple of guests actually. I'm really excited to introduce to you the two guests we have on, and also towards the end I have an announcement to make regarding the Lost Lagosians podcast. Without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in our guests. We'll start with Miss Judith.
Hello guys, hello listeners. My name is Judith and I am very excited to be here talking to Brother Mike.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Judith. It's a pleasure having you on as a fellow content creator. It's always nice to have content creators on because we're kind of in the same headspace. Next is Miss Shemi Lore.
Hello, everybody. It's nice to be here with Mr. Mike and Judith on this journey.
Yes, thank you. Awesome to be here. Awesome to be with you both. We are recording here live in Lagos, Nigeria. So it's kind of a little bit, the weather is nice, no rain. Overall, it's kind of nice to be back home for me, especially. So today, the topic we want to talk about is SAPA. I've been hearing a lot of people talking about SAPA. I didn't know what that meant up until recently. Who wants to do the honors of defining SAPA for us?
Okay, let me go. So, one time I saw on Twitter, they said SAPA means severe absence of purchasing ability.
Wow. Okay, that's an acronym.
Yeah. Well, I think someone just came up with that, honestly.
Okay. So that's not a legit acronym?
No, it's not. It just means being broke or poverty. In fact, let's just stop plenty English. Poverty. You don't have money. You are in SAPA.
Okay. I think in Yoruba, what I remember, being a Lagosian is SAPA is like, I could be wrong, like somebody's running from something. Like you go and hide.
No.
Would you have that?
From that angle, you can say SAPA is like from that angle, but what's trending right now is when you're broke. Like a church rat is actually richer than you, like broke. So that's what SAPA is. when you say, God, I'm suffering from SAPA, it's a very painful reality. So some people, they're really suffering and they just use the word SAPA, just to make fun, make light of it.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
agree with
basically
you.
what SAPA is all about. Yeah.
Oh wow, it's actually in the Urban Dictionary. Are you kidding?
Yes, it is.
I didn't know that.
It is.
Oh wow. Somebody put in the Urban Dictionary a term used in Nigerian Pidgin English to describe a state of being extremely poor or broke.
Exactly.
Usually
Yeah.
it's usually after spending extravagantly.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
For example, if I fit cigarette drink for your hand, SAPA don't hammer me. Another example in the Urban Dictionary is they know they tell person when SAPA hit you, you go no.
But then some people are in constant state of SAPA.
Exactly. Something you don't plan for.
What do you mean some people are in constant state of SAPA?
Yeah.
Constant state of SAPA.
Okay,
You don't have money constantly. You are constantly in SAPA.
Yeah. So if you're in SAPA, can you like borrow from your friends or something?
Oh, of course, you can.
Okay. Because after a while, your friends might be like, your wallet is too much. You need to go away.
Of course. It will get to a point that everybody will know you. This one, once he's coming to beg.
Mm-hmm. So I guess my question, what has made it more unique of late? Because I think that what you're describing, poverty has always been around. So why is it of late? It's kind of heightened.
Okay. I think it has always been around, but this is us trying to make light of it. Like my co-guest said, we're just trying to make light of it. And poverty is a very strong word. I'm not about to come here and say I'm in poverty.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay. So instead of calling it poverty, just say SAPA, like in a jovial,
Yeah.
okay, like in a funny way. Okay.
I also think it's because of the economy.
Say that again.
So it's becoming more vivid to everybody. It's because of the economy, so it's becoming more vivid to everybody. So now I don't need to get shy saying, "Oh, I'm broke right now," because we're all sharing the brokenness.
Absolutely.
So it's a form of unity.
Oh, right. Wow.
Unity in poverty.
Unity in poverty, right? I would never have thought of that. Like SAPA is like unity in poverty. Because actually, so back, I don't know, a couple of years ago, they used to say like the rich also cry. Like the rich also cry. So SAPA is a form of the rich also cry in the sense that even the rich have SAPA, hitting them, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think it only applies to university students though. Like university students are always, SAPA university student, blah, blah, blah. Can people that are not university or college students like go through SAPA?
It's everywhere.
Yes, you can be earning like 200K and still experience SAPA. Like nobody, I won't say nobody's above SAPA though, things are expensive now. Things are expensive. They're really expensive. So something you could get for 90,000 or whatnot, now you are getting it for 100 and something. So your budget has really skyrocketed, and everybody just, permit me to say, suffering is everywhere.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's the name of this artist who always spends money a lot. And recently was on social media talking about SAPA don't hammer, God, I can't think of his name right now. It'll come to me. But recently was on social media spreading Naira or something, a lot of Naira and say, SAPA don't go. I can't think of his name right now, but it's a very popular Nigerian artist, like a musician. But I guess you're right.
Even the rich have their moments.
Even the rich have their moments, definitely. I guess you're right, though, that SAPA can hit anybody. So what are I don't know, if you guys had like 5 advice for people to overcome SAPA, what is the best advice? Like how to deal with SAPA and how do you overcome it?
Okay, for start, I'll also be happy in whatever situation you're in. Be happy in whatever situation you are in. Don't have the spirit of contention. Don't say, I wish I was like this person, because everybody, like I said, everybody is suffering. everybody's suffering one way or the other. And I also believe that SAPA could also be something of the mind. It doesn't have to be financial. It could be something of the mind, or something I could easily reason. Now I'm finding it difficult because of the economy. When you think of how difficult the economy is, like people will say many are mad fear on the streets. Some people, they think straight before, now they are thinking faculty is all messed up. So one, be happy with whatever situation you are in. Two, know that this situation is just a phase. It's going to wear out at a point. Three, always save for the raining days. We always say these things, but we don't really do it. Always save for the raining days. Then the fourth thing I would say is that have a companion.
Have a SAPA companion.
Yes, like don't let depression hit you. Like have someone that you can talk to, have an accountability partner, so that when you are broke, right, you don't start thinking. That's why some people just jump into the lagoon. So yeah, have a companion. And then the last advice I'll give is always talk about it. Like in Nigeria, no matter how difficult things are, we always laugh about it. We laugh about SAPA. Our friends, you can have a friend today. You don't know this guy is going to jam tomorrow, and you just laugh about it. So in everything, just be happy. Find joy in everything.
But primarily, don't compare yourself. Save for tomorrow. Have a companion. Always talk about it. Yeah, and I think
I know it's a phase. No, it's a phase. That's the last one. It's just a phase. Yeah.
It's a phase that will pass.
Yeah.
A phase that will pass. What I was actually going to say earlier was that in terms of SAPA, you just need to thank God for what you have. Like, be thankful. Even though you are going through SAPA, just remember that some people, they don't even have what you have. There's a saying, like a proverb in primary school, they'll say, I used to complain that I had no shoe. It's like I met somebody with no leg, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, so just always be grateful, and just be happy, because some people are worse off than you are. So yeah, Judith, I don't even have any advice for those, how to deal with SAPA.
I have a lot.
All right.
I have a lot. So let me give a little story.
Okay.
I hope I'm not taking too much time.
No, you're good. Okay,
so like 3 years ago, I was always having this, what do I call it? Was it a feeling? I got a feeling. Was it tension? Kind of tension. I want this hair. I want this clothes. I want this. I want that. I go on social media. I see so person looking so good. Oh my God, this hair is so beautiful. I'm a hair freak. I mean, I want this hair. And it was putting me in a constant state of pressure, constant state of tension. One day, I sat down and I thought about it. Wait, though. It was Tiwa Savage's picture I had seen that day. I thought about it. I was barely 21 or so.
Mm-hmm.
And this lady in question was probably 40 years old.
Wow.
And I was comparing myself to her. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah. Uh-huh.
So comparison, they say, is a thief of joy. Contentment, she said, be contented. Contentment, it's a phase. It will come, it will go. Then save. It is your savings that will save you some days. On some days, you have to save, even if it's, I don't know, you just have to save. Another point I have is, so when you don't have like a stable source of income, it's harder to save. I know people say save. I'm coming from a place where I do not have a stable source of income. Today I have money, tomorrow I don't. So something that has helped me is when I have that money, I have to drop something for days I don't have.
For the rainy day.
For the rainy days.
Yeah.
So you just have to learn to save. Another thing is you have to learn to prioritize. So because I know food is very important, I have to eat first before I can wear a shoe, for example. Once I have money, my priority will probably be to buy a bag of rice, buy oil, buy this, buy that is food inclined first. So that even when the rainy days come, The difference might be I don't have meat in my food, but I have food.
You have food to eat. Yeah.
I have food to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So prioritizing is very important. I know people that will use the whole money they have to go and buy clothes, bags, to stunt on us, and come and be begging us for our gari.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. That's very funny.
Yeah.
So,
No. Thank you for that. Were you done, or do you want to like add a few more?
No, I'm done. Thank you.
Good. I was just looking online. The artist I was talking about is Portable.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you heard of him before? Portable?
Of course.
Yeah, there's a song he did about SAPA, and recently there was something spreading on social media where it was like went to a show and they sprayed him a lot of money. So he went into his flat and he was just spreading all the money like everywhere. It was like SAPA don't die, you know. So that's kind of interesting. The issue of SAPA, I think that is something that is hitting everybody. Even the richest people are also feeling it. And SAPA could be anything. It doesn't have to be monetarily only. I'm talking about like with the fuel scarcity right now. You know, if you don't have well, won't you say that that's SAPA for fuel, I guess?
No, I don't think so. Personally, I don't think so.
Why not?
Because I have the money to buy it. It's just not available. Whereas someone who is in SAPA, it's available and you don't have the money to buy it. You can't get it. That's my opinion though.
Totally, yeah. Regular say something about the SAPA.
Yeah, generally SAPA is associated with money, but I think SAPA can come in place in anything. It could mean money, it could mean mindset, it could mean and the fuel scarcity we're talking about. Yeah, it could mean anything, even bad governance. It depends on the context and the content, actually.
So if I had money, let's say I'm a millionaire and I have lots of money, but I want something that I can't have it. You know, maybe I want petrol and there's no fuel anywhere. Even black market, I can't like buy petrol in black market. Could I say that's like SAPA for petrol? Or I guess SAPA, I know this petrol SAPA, this is like, no, you can't say that.
You can actually. I can see Judith like shaking her head like you can't, but you can actually.
Like
I believe it's because SAPA is used more for money. It's used more for money, but SAPA is actually the absence of something, right? Now you have to fill in the space, the absence of what?
Okay.
So it could mean the absence. Even chopping breakfast, SAPA will be lower.
Yeah, Judith, what are you going to say?
So you could actually just mean it. I said
about it now, I think, yeah. But then again, if I'm going to, I feel like I'm the voice of the
SAPA
streets
people
right now. Oh my God, you didn't have to do that. Thinking about it now, I think you could.
Okay, so for example, I'm going from Lagos and I want to go to Abeokuta, right?
Yeah.
And there's no bus. I don't know, maybe all the buses have strike. That's SAPA for bus now.
Okay, you're taking it extreme now. You're taking it to the extreme.
It's SAPA for bus in the sense that there are no buses. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Maybe not. You don't have to agree. I mean, it's a debate, right? You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm just thinking, but I think I would agree with you that SAPA is like, I think what you said earlier was like poorer than church rat. Like you don't even have something to eat, you don't have something to drink. Like it's so difficult, and you are borrowing money from your friends. From today you borrow money, tomorrow you borrow money. That's like
they see you and they change your
direction.
Yeah. This people and I just go somewhere else. Yeah. And I like the suggestions. You know, don't compare yourself to others. Prioritize. Be thankful. Talk about it. Get a companion to share the SAPA-ness with. I don't know who just said that. So get a companion to share the SAPA-ness. Remember, it's a phase you're going to. Is it really a phase? Some people are like destination SAPA, like that's the destination.
Hey. Please reject that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't wish that on anybody, but I don't know, like.
Exactly, that is actually mindset. It's a mindset. You shouldn't be broke forever.
Well,
I
I
mean,
think
even if things are not forthcoming, you should look for something to do, no matter how little. What?
ideally, I feel like it should be a phase. So if it's staying too long, then you are doing something wrong.
Yeah.
You're doing something.
But there's some people that I don't know, I'm thinking about the common Nigerian who like, there's nothing they are doing wrong. The government has failed them. Or students who were on strike for like 8 months. What are they doing wrong?
Well, you have a point. Actually, it could be beyond you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You could do something to change
Well,
it, but yeah.
Well, I think even if it's general, that it doesn't work for everybody. Yeah, I'm listening. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about someone who is like in a slum or who there's no way out. And you will, maybe if you get a break. And there's some people
I
actually.
agree with you when you say there's no way out because you're from the slum. I don't agree with that. Absolutely not.
So because you are from the slum and you're in SAPA, there's a way out. The way out might be education.
That is one way out.
Yeah. But
It
not
doesn't even have to be
everybody.
education.
Go ahead.
It doesn't have to be education, actually. I
mean,
said it doesn't have to be education, actually.
I know, what are you
education is
suggesting?
just a way.
How
Education is
else?
just a way.
One of the ways.
But what I'm suggesting is, even if SAPA works, even if it's general for everybody, right? You have to tell yourself, I don't have to be here forever. That's why you have the big guys now that came out of the slum. They'll tell themselves, yes, my father was in the slum, my mother was in the slum, my grandmother, but it doesn't have to come to me. So that's why I said the thing is a mindset. Things are not working out. The government has failed us and everything, but how can I make myself a person of relevance in society? So SAPA is 100% a mindset. 100%
It's just like,
mindset.
For example, Portable, the singer.
Yeah.
The Portable guy.
Yeah.
That guy is, I don't know. He gives me an ache, but that's not the point of this conversation. But then he's making it. He has money and he's out of the slum.
Yeah.
So, and he's not educated, so just...
Yeah. If you don't...
Exactly.
Well, I don't know if he's not educated, but that's not the point. Education could mean many things. Education doesn't. But that's another podcast. Let's not even go there. But yeah, let's not even go there. But what I'm trying to say is that with the SAPA-ness, what if you don't have somebody to influence you to change that mindset? I'm not making excuses, but there's some people that they've not been. You know how they say you are the average of your 5 friends? If you're in a place where your friends, they're all not thinking outside the box, and you don't have that environment to be around. There's some people actually who don't have the environment. They're just in a bad place and they don't have exposure of what's possible. So how would you tell them you can do better? You know, I'm speaking here kind of from the US perspective, where you have like a lot of blacks and then the ghetto and the slum, and they believe the white man is the problem. The white man has done this, and that's all their lives. They go to jail. So those people, it's hard for them to break that cycle. And the same thing would probably apply for some Nigerians. Some people might say, well, I can rob a bank or I can go into porn and that's the way out. But I guess in that case, it'd be tough, I guess. I don't know. It'd be really tough. I just don't want us to be like we're here saying you can get out of SAPA by yourself, because we're not really in SAPA technically. But
yeah. I totally understand what you're saying. It could be very difficult. You know, it's easy for someone who is not in it to talk compared to when you are in it. But I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd want to change perspective, and instead of advising those in SAPA, I'd like to advise those that are not in SAPA or those that have made it out. If we could make it a point of duty, look at me saying we. Like I know,
I'm out
of, like,
yeah.
of it.
Yeah, all in
my
SAPA. I got you.
But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you've made it out of the slum, or just mentorship, it's very important.
Yep.
Especially if you have the right mindset. Even if I cannot mentor you on how to make money, at least I can mentor you on a change of mindset. Right? I can tell you, give you ideas. You know, even if it's just one person you're able to uplift to change their mindset, it goes a long way. It really does.
Giving back to the society.
Giving back to the society.
Your time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Your time, helping the needy, or those that are underserved. I think
Don't just help them. Don't just give them the fish. Teach them how to
fish. Yeah, and it could be somebody in your family too. Yeah,
absolutely.
Doesn't have to be outside. Wow, this was a fun episode. As we wind down, do you guys have any final parting words in this Chronicles of SAPA? I think that's the title of the podcast. Chronicles of SAPA, I guess.
Change of mindset is almost half the journey. Is almost half the journey. For example, I've been doing so much like inner work this year, and I've come to realize that there's money out there. There's money in the world. There's money in the society. Now, what do I need to do to make this money come to me? I keep seeing people say they are chasing the bag. I'm not chasing the bag. If you're chasing the bag, it will keep running. So it's a shift of mindset.
Preach on, sister.
A change of mindset that I have, that I'm not chasing this bag. This bag is going to come to me. All I need to do is change my mindset that, oh, I'm poor. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm freaking out. Because I used to freak out. Honestly, I used to freak out. Once my money gets to a point in my account, I'm freaking out already. No, but I'm like, calm down. It's just money. It is just money. And I'm going to do something. I'm going to make it. I'm poor now. I'm broke now. It's just a phase. It will come and it will go.
Hey, you're not poor. You're on Zoom. You got data. I'm just saying you're not poor. You're on Zoom. You have data. Hello, you've been busted here on air.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. My point is that it's relative, which I think we should probably add to the list.
Yes.
It's something that's relative. Because even Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, so one of those multi-billionaire guys, Mark Zuckerberg, a lot of them, they still want to, how many zeros can I have at the back of my, 10 billion or, So everybody wants more. That's life, economics. But thank you for that, Judy. That was a very good one. Just mindsets. Then we'll go over to Shimura before we wrap up. Any final thoughts, Shimura?
Yeah, aside changing your mind, like Judith said, it's like half of the journey. Aside changing your mind, you made mention of something, Brother Mike. You said that what if your friends are toxic? They have the low mindset. What you can do is you can reach out to people who you want to be like. So yes, you could be in the slum, but you could actually reach out to people. We have some musicians that reach out to the likes of Don Jazzy, right? So you can reach out to people. Your slum has people that they've given up on themselves. Reach out to people that you envision yourself to be like. Then you are going to represent yourself. You're going to represent your family, even those in the slum. Like this guy that started this game in the slum, chess in the slum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it took it back to the slum. So
yeah,
there are smart people there. There are smart people there on the streets. So it just has to be you changing your mindset. And also when people come to help you, are you ready to be helped? Don't say, no, my dad was poor. I think poverty is my family. No.
Oh my God.
You reach out to the handlers to help you.
That's a very good one. Thank you so much.
That's my 2 cents.
No, thank you. Well said. The other thing I want to add, or the last thing I want to add, is technology. With technology today, you just need access to the internet. If you have social media accounts, if you emailed or text message people who you need help with in terms of sponsorship, or not sponsorship, but in terms of mentorship rather. In terms of mentorship, many of them will be willing to reach out, even though they don't reach out to you directly. They can put you in touch with sources. So the world is a global village. Everybody's all connected. You just need a Facebook account or a Twitter account or an Instagram account. You can connect to any of your celebs or anybody you like and say, hey, can you mentor me? Those guys could probably put you in touch with a resource or someone in the community that can help you. So thank you so much to my distinguished fellow guest hosts. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the advice that you've all given. Thank you guys for listening. I really, really appreciate it. The announcement I was going to make is that the Lost Locations podcast is going to be switching over to the Battabox podcast. So in the new year, we're going to be making a transition with more entertaining hosts, more guests, and hopefully more engaging content. With that, thank you guys for being here, and wish you guys a wonderful end of the year. And again, in the new year, it'd be the Battabox podcast. Thank you, and Boy Koni Baje. Thank you guys. Bye now.
Bye.